Alright, starting off the fall 2023 anime season, it's the first week. I'm here to review around 40 animes for you. I know what you're saying, yeah, 40 animes? That's a lot, right? Do you have a life? Why don't you touch some grass? Well, life is depressing. And you know what's more depressing? Frieren. Yes, we got a bunch of new animes. Frieren is a very popular, kind of hyped up, realistic type of fantasy show. Very nice thing, this like emotional story. Aside from that, there's a lot of other fantasy shows like Berserk of Gluttony, Ragna Crimson, continuations of big series like Spy Family, bro, Shield Hero, Doctor Stone, Goblin Slayer, Tokyo Avengers, Eminence and Shadow, a lot of like crazy continuations. There's creative stories like Undead Unluck, Shy, MF Ghost, and then there's the mobile game animes Arknights Season 2 and Uma Musume Season 3. So stay tuned. I'll let you know which shows are good or bad. Feel free to skip around if there's way too many shows you don't care about. But yeah, there's gonna be chapters in the video. Check it out. Let's get started. And starting with Frieren, Beyond Journey's End. I heard so much hype stuff. The manga readers are probably excited that their fancy show is being done so much justice. So yeah, this anime is animated by Madhouse. And you know, when your normal animes, they might have 1 or 2 episodes. No, this has 4 episodes dropped in the same day. The concept, the premise is pretty nice. It's pretty much a realistic fantasy show. We see Frieren and her party pretty much, and they just skip like all the fantasy shit. They don't fight the demon lord. They already killed him. So yeah, it's like kind of the aftermath of what happened. So like the main point is that Frieren is an elf, and then elves in fantasy typically they live like maybe 300 plus years old. I remember in interspecies reviewers like 300 is like an old woman considered, but in Frieren it seems like they live to be like thousands of years old. So like the scope of that is kind of crazy if you like kind of consider she doesn't really get an emotional connection. They all die while she's like still like living her life, and then all these like kind of memories, these emotions, none of that really affects Frieren. So she's living life very apathetic. She doesn't really understand human emotion, and she doesn't really connect with any of her friends. So this is a big problem. I have one kind of question though, like are elves kind of rare in this world? Because if you live to be that long, surely there should be like a lot more elves that Frieren can hang out with. But no, basically she hangs out with her party to defeat the demon lord. There's a big kind of celebration, they're all rewarded, get money. Now they kind of have to move on, retire, get new jobs, and live their life after being heroes. So we see Frieren and her party just like the generic type of cool hero guy Himmel. There's this priest called Helter, and then this dwarf called Eisen. So it's all kind of sad. They're like, oh, we spent 10 years together. They see the meteor shower, and they're like, okay, it's another 50 years, we could see it again. But then everyone's kind of like feels that dread, like 50 years, that's a long ass time. So yes, we get time skips. This anime has a lot of time skips. First episode, pretty much we see like the party of Frieren slowly aging and dying. So Himmel turns into an old man. Frieren visits him 50 years later, and yeah, it's just like so sad because Himmel also like had a crush on Frieren, but of course it didn't go anywhere. So yeah, basically Frieren, our white-haired mage elf, she gathers the whole party. They kind of like hang out. They see the meteor shower again. And then yeah, Himmel finally dies. So to go to his funeral, like Frieren doesn't seem to be like super sad, but she feels like something is missing, like something that she cannot relate with. So we're following our emotionally stunted elf. She doesn't know that she's depressed, and she seems to be adventuring without like any purpose really. So after a while, she decides to visit Helter one day. He's like living outside in the forest, far away, and then he's with this little girl Fern. So yes, this is our main couple, Frieren and Fern. So Fern right now is 5 years old. She's like this like kind of short girl with purple hair. She's a bit shy, and also she's like trying really hard to make Helter happy because he basically adopted her after she like became like a war-torn refugee. And now she's like actually good at magic, so she's trying to like strengthen her magic, be strong enough to blast like this whole magical beam to the other side of this cliff and destroy the rock. And I guess it's good timing for Frieren because she's able to teach Fern magic. So yeah, the problem is Frieren doesn't really want to do this, but then Helter kind of like gives her a grimoire, and then he's like, oh, if you translate this, then you know that's your reward. So basically she's here for like a couple months translating the grimoire, maybe getting closer to Fern. So a lot of time passes. In episode 2, Fern is 10 years old now. We get a lot of lore in this fantasy world. So this girl, she has good magical control, but like mana and strength is something she's lacking, which she's probably going to get better with time. Thing is, like, you know, if you mention time in this anime, I get so anxious because every time time passes, we get a time skip. It's like people are dying. It feels really sad, and also like as Fern gets older, like her time for Frieren gonna be cut short. So yeah, if Frieren loses more people, it's gonna be like, you know, she's just gonna be aimless in life. So yeah, Helter is basically using this as an excuse to like get Frieren to have purpose. So after a little bit, Fern's magic just like gets really strong. She's almost able to blast the rock, but then yeah, Helter's pretty much at his deathbed. So they bury him. So another member of Frieren's party dead. But you know, he was a pretty cool guy. And then yeah, the journey continues. In episode 2 as well, there's also like a pretty good emotional thing that actually like hit me, where Fern is like, it didn't have to be magic. Like, I didn't really need to learn magic, just I needed a skill to survive, and so Helter didn't need to worry about me. So yeah, like, she's not really passionate in magic. It's kind of like the same with Frieren. Frieren's just like exploring the world, collecting spells for no particular reason. So anyway, it's just like cool kind of fancy adventure, exploring, helping people out in the villages. I like the kind of realistic setting. Not really very tropey, which I really enjoy. The music, the atmosphere, the animation's like very clean. So yeah, even if the story isn't like super action focused, there's no plot twists or pop-offs or anything, the emotional beats flow really well, and then like the anime looks good, the music is so nice, just like the fantasy soundtrack is so well made. It adds so much to these conversations and exploration scenes. And basically it's kind of what you expect. We see Frieren basically hang out with Fern, giving her presents, relating to her, and she finally kind of like understands human emotions a bit more. So yeah, it's basically like a trip together. We got this apathetic elf and a shy little girl, and their goal is to basically go to heaven, find heaven, which is actually like a physical place in this world where Frieren can actually talk to dead people. So I think they said her goal is to like go talk to Himmel. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. I think this is gonna be a 2-core anime, which is kind of nuts. I know there's thousands of fantasy shows out there, but yeah, this one's worth checking out. Also, after that, if you don't like Frieren, well, we got Walmart brand Frieren. We got Frieren at home. Yes, the family circumstances of the Irregular witch. So I'll talk about this anime very quickly. It's not really that deep, but it's basically kind of like a quick kind of 4-koma manga series about like this little witch girl. She's like 200 years old, and she finds this human just like abandoned in her forest. So she basically adopts the human, and then like 16 years later, the human grows up into like this big tittied 16-year-old like tan tall mage who's actually very attached to her mother. She like kind of hugs her mom, like puts her like head on her breast. It's very attached. So yeah, our main girl, her name is Alyssa. She's the main witch. And then Viola's the daughter. So the gimmick is that the main witch mother is like very short, young, and cute, and then the daughter's just like very tall and busty. So yeah, nothing too deep about this anime, but you know, solid comedy show. I just love the relation with Frieren, where this one's just like happy, no depression here. Also, if that's not up your alley, you don't really like the Yuri incest relationship, well, we got another similar one where it's a daughter and a dad. Yes, my daughter left the nest and returned as an S rank adventurer. So it's another random ass fantasy show. It's kind of like light novel based. Basically, yes, this dude, this like kind of cool red haired dad, he finds this abandoned girl in the forest. Yes, sounds familiar. They be using this trope a lot. And basically, yeah, he adopts her. They kind of like, you know, train together. He trains her, and now she's really strong. She goes into the city, becomes S rank, just like so easy. The whole town, the whole kingdom's like relying on her strength. The problem is, since she's like so successful, getting money, taking all these jobs, she can't take a day off. She can't take vacations to see her dad. She's so obsessed with her dad. I hope this doesn't turn to Usagi drop. I know there's a similar one. Oh, if for my daughter I'd even defeat a demon lord. I hope it doesn't turn out like that as well. No spoilers. But yeah, hopefully it's like a wholesome relationship between the dad and the daughter. The daughter's like obviously like so obsessed with the dad. She wants to see him every moment. But yeah, the timing, the long distance, all this work piled up upon her, it's too hard. So yeah, the animation isn't like anything special, but it doesn't really look ugly either. I kind of like it. They're literally blue balling us every episode. Oh, is the daughter gonna see the dad this time? Nah, there's like monsters attacking the city. But yeah, this anime did a good job making me like care for Angeline, because she's getting so close each episode, but like she just can't. So it's so infuriating. Also, it's so funny because yeah, this anime is like very dad themed. So yeah, a lot of times we see Angelina rescuing daughters that are like trying to visit their dads, and we see like other people's dads are dying and we're sympathizing. So yeah, daddies rejoice. Hopefully this is kind of like a more wholesome thing, just no incest here, I'm hoping. And now let's talk about Spy Family Season 2 Episode 1, Waku Waku. I'm so excited. Yes, this anime is very nice. Spy Family Season 1, you know, Cloverworks, they did their best job on it. Animation was nice, openings, endings, the wholesomeness, the story moments, the comedy was all so good. I think like the second core of season 1 was a bit boring, but I mean besides that, just like more wholesome adventures. I love the kind of intro for the season 2. The opening played by Ado. If you like big feet, you'll definitely like this opening. I think like not a lot of people like it. It's a bit like trippy, I guess. But yeah, the song's pretty decent, especially watching it episode by episode. It's gonna be good. But basically, this first episode of comedy was like on point as ever. So yeah, Yor, she gets like an assignment. She assassinates these people, and then someone shoots her ass, but she lives. So yeah, she can tank bullets, but she's just like severely injured. She can't sit, and she's just in like such a bad mood. When she comes home, Lloyd just immediately misunderstanding. He's like, wow, did I do something? Did I like make her get the groceries? Did that make her mad? So he needs to save this family to like, you know, do Operation Strix, save the world. So he goes on a big date plan with Yor, but that's not what Yor wants. She wants to rest and relax. So basically, yeah, they have to go on a date, but Yor does not want to sit down. So Lloyd's date plans, They're just like down the toilet. We see Anya and Frankie just like following them, so the whole family's just involved in this episode. And yeah, we just gotta keep the family together. So yeah, just like go doing things. Yours is like standing up while our ass is just hurt. And yeah, just like really love this first episode intro. A lot of like funny stuff happens where they finally sit at a restaurant where yours just like chugs like a glass of poison because one of like the dudes is part of like the evil organization. And then since yours is immune to poisons, fun fact, it actually kind of like numbs the pain in her ass. Now she's just like super happy now, so she's enjoying the date. Everything goes as planned, which is very nice. Anya kind of like did some stuff to save the world as well. She made a peanut bomb, and basically, yeah, this anime continues to be wholesome, also batshit crazy. A lot of stuff can happen. I really love Yor's inclusion in these episodes. She does a lot to kind of advance the plot, do a lot of like crazy things. Lloyd's like kind of like the more grounded guy, but he has like a lot of like funny misunderstandings. But he's like pretty much perfect. He can do everything. And then Anya just like the gremlin, like causing trouble, but also having fun in her own way. The anime wouldn't be the same without her. So yeah, the whole family's together. The dog is also their bond. We'll see what they're gonna do. Probably more school stuff. Maybe fight some villains. But yeah, this anime continues high quality as ever. All right, what we got next on the list? How about the Eminence in Shadow season 2? Have we seen season 1? Yes, it was like kind of like a 20 episode long show. It was okay, I guess. Like the concept was very funny. It was executed very well, and I think a lot of people loved it, especially with all the waifus. There's so many waifus: alpha, beta, gamma, delta, naked wolf waifus, white-haired, big titties, blonde-haired. Literally, all the waifus made it. But yeah, Shadow's expression, demeanor is like also insane. I love him, but I also hate him at the same time because he's causing like actual consequences in this world. Not really consequences because he's like defeating evil people, but like his power level and then like all these girls he's employing, it just, it feels a bit wrong. But yeah, he's very ignorant of it and he's just doing his thing, like literally loves role playing. This first episode's very funny because him and his sister, they're kind of like going out exploring this like the slum district. So it's basically like this lawless city where a lot of like kind of black market underground shit is happening. And then there's like a red moon coming out. So yeah, there's like monsters coming into the city now, basically ghouls and then vampires. That's kind of funny. And then yeah, Shadow meets the vampire hunter. Her name is Mary and she's just extremely edgy. Red-haired kind of bloodborne outfit, has like this cool red sword, and she tells Shadow, run if you value your life. The frenzy has begun. The moon is red. We are out of time. Literally kind of like vague cool one-liners. And then she's trying to be serious, but then Shadow's like, oh shit, she's role-playing so hard, I'm gonna copy her. So yeah, Shadow just like goes around the city saving people, because he's trying to save like this prostitute. And basically he's just like telling everyone that we're out of time, the moon is red, blah blah blah. So it's like so funny. Animation's like very decent. The mix of action and comedy is so good. So yeah, can't wait to see more of this anime. I think it's like confirmed for 12 episodes, so we won't have like another 2-core season. But I mean, more Eminence and Shadow, definitely a very popular anime. After that, I'll talk about another show that I actually kind of really like. So it's a fantasy show called Ragna Crimson. It's kind of like a bit edgy, but I definitely like it. It was well done. The emotions were good. So it's basically like a fantasy show, and this is Dragon Slayer. Okay, we're not slaying demons in this anime, we're slaying dragons. So yeah, the humans are kind of oppressed by the dragons, but they're pretty much living okay, coexisting, just like human kingdoms. But one day the Dragon Lord, he like gets so mad that he decides to like attack all these like human kingdoms. So yeah, that happens. But yeah, basically we follow Ragna, who's our main character, and he's hanging out with this 12-year-old girl, Leo. So yeah, Leo's very cute. She has like a scar on her face, she has a fang, and she has this like kind of pink hair, and she's really strong. She's like killing all these dragons, kind of saving Ragna. We see that she protected Ragna when he was younger, because Ragna's really weak, but he has like this curse where dragons just keep attacking him, like everyone he knows, like dragons just keep attacking. So he's like attracting all these dragons. The thing is, Ragna doesn't die. So Ragna like is really adept at surviving randomly, but the people around him just keeps dying. So he's like very traumatized, but then Leo protects him, and since Leo is strong, she can basically murder all the dragons and not die. But the problem is Ragna realizes like he sees memories of himself in the future where Leo does die. And then Leo has so many death flags as well, because yeah, she's like the strong kind of character, but she's not seen in any of the cover arts or like key visuals in this anime, so she's like definitely not a significant character. So yes, as you expect, she would die. So basically, long story short, Ragna's future self goes back in time to input his memories and experiences into the current Ragna, and now Ragna just turns overpowered. Now he can like slay dragons. He has the power of frost in his body to like kind of ice the dragons instantly. I love the transition as well, because like when Ragna had all these memories inside of him, like the intense emotions from the future Ragna, he was like, I was killing them day and day, over and over. It just felt so powerful. And yeah, the death flags were really strong for Leo, but we overcame them. She's alive. Wow, that's so cool. So this episode 1 was very hype. It was also like 45 minutes long. It was pretty much like 2 episodes into one. So I really love this first episode, very promising. But you're pretty much just kind of like an edgy, you know, like main guy gets super overpowered type of anime. But I'm kind of like excited to see more of it. Episode 2, a lot of like sad things happen as well, which I really liked. So I love like these kind of character moments and interactions. Hopefully it's not just only in the early parts of the season. Like we see like Ragna getting like more powerful, and then he actually calls Leo weak. The girl that he was hanging out with protecting him, now she's weak because she can't like attack all these like superior dragons. So goddamn, the whole kingdom is destroyed. Leo is on a mission to kill all these dragons. He has kind of like this immortal dragon waifu Crimson as his like partner as well. So yeah, I guess we'll follow these guys, Ragna and Crimson. Leo, unfortunately, she's gonna be taking a backseat in this anime. So if you like this cute pink-haired girl, we probably won't see a lot of her in the future. But overall, yeah, this anime's crazy, pretty much Dragon Slayer fantasy show. Also talking about some edgy fantasy shows, Goblin Slayer Season 2. Wow, it is back. I love Goblin Slayer Season 1, although very controversial. That first episode got people rolling. So yes, Goblin Slayer 2 is back. Not much goblin rape in this first episode, which is very nice. But yeah, they showed kind of like a recap of stuff in season 1 where like, you know, goblins fucked up the priestess's party. But we got the priestess, she's very positive, hanging out with her party. There's the elf, there's the lizard guy, and then the dwarf. And they're all kind of, you know, strong, fighting goblins, getting stronger. Thing is, the priestess, she's not ranking up, because the guild thinks that she's being carried by her party with the Goblin Slayer and everyone. So I guess she kind of has to do things independently. First episode, we meet like this young boy. We don't really know his name because like in this anime, no one is really named anything. They're just like named as their occupation or race. Mainly because it's like kind of D&D based, which I kind of like. Where it's basically implied that, you know, people roll dice, make decisions. Nothing here is real. It's just a game people are playing. But I mean, I guess Goblin Slayer is overpowered. That's one thing we know. World building in this anime is kind of like lacking because, you know, goblins are like, they're not really a serious threat, I guess. Like they can be. But overall, there's like other big monsters that are not mentioned. But yeah, goblins are definitely aggressive, very rapey. There's also orcs and shit as well. So yeah, goblins are a problem, but there's definitely like dragons and other threats. So basically the little boy, he also wants to kill goblins. Like he has like a hate boner for goblins as strong as Goblin Slayer. We don't know why. Like maybe his parents got killed by goblins. But basically Goblin Slayer doesn't want him in the party because he's too weak. So then it's a perfect opportunity because the priestess, she needs to level up, right? She needs to rank up. So this kind of knight in the guild, she recommends that they kind of team up, the priestess and a boy, which is kind of a bad idea, I think. Even if she's like gaining confidence and stuff, it's definitely not like a good idea with just the two of them. So yeah, we'll see what's gonna happen. But yeah, Goblin Slayer is back. I'm definitely excited to see more of this anime. The OP is a bop as well, made by Millie again. So yeah, we'll see what's gonna happen in this anime. Also, another kind of edgy continuation fantasy show, Isekai Rising of Shield Hero Season 3. Gotta talk about this. I know like a lot of people, like Sam was very hyped up. Season 2 and 3 were just confirmed, and now it's here. So yeah, Season 2, I know it was so bad. I saw Season 2. It was very boring. At least the first part with the turtle shit, like I did not care. Like I knew what was gonna happen. It was so generic. The second part was like kind of interesting. They got isekai in another place. So yeah, we meet some new characters as well. There was like Kizuna, who's like kind of like a hunting hero. And then we meet the villain who kind of like was stealing the power of the turtle. Naofumi beats him, but he had to like use the power of his curse shield again. So yeah, he got fucked up. Him and his party, Raftalia and Philo, also like took the brunt of the curse. So we kind of continue on after that. Naofumi, Philo, Raftalia, they return back to the world. They also have Rishi in their party. And basically like the other heroes are missing. So yeah, we gotta find them, I guess. There's also apparently 7 heroes in this world. So yeah, we see the staff hero this episode. Kind of like this old washed up dude that hates the shield hero. But yeah, I guess he's training, preparing himself for the upcoming waves. At least that's what I would say, but Naofumi, he's like the Abe Lincoln of isekais, except it's for lollies and animal people. I don't know, I don't think it's well done in this anime at all, because Raftalia is a slave and she wants to be a slave because they get XP sharing like that. But yeah, basically Naofumi, he goes to the slave trader and he tries to like buy all the slaves because he wants like specific slaves that are part of Raftalia's village and he wants to like rebuild the village with those people in mind. But basically all the slaves are transported into like a different kingdom. And now Naofumi has to like kind of travel there and free those slaves. And the thing is, they're like very expensive. So what does he do? Instead of like trying to like fight against the slavers or anything, he actually decides to go to an underground fight arena to get money. To gamble on himself and win the tournament. just to have enough money to buy slaves. That feels a bit counterproductive, no? Like, it feels like this is a better use of our time. But no, like, basically he wants to, like, keep funding the slave industry. He doesn't want to, like, fight back really against it. Just wants to, you know, free the slaves himself with money. So I guess this is, like, a short-term solution for him. Maybe, like, as the anime progresses, maybe into light novels, he finds a way to, like, counter slavery. But I thought this was very weird. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. The first episode's definitely, like, very good. Not bad. So I'm kind of, like, sucked in. I'll watch a few episodes. I'll see if it's good. But overall, if you don't like, you know, the generic type of fantasy show right now, this story has devolved into that. But yeah, hopefully there's more substance as the show continues. After that, there's a funny new show, Undead Unluck. This is kind of like an insane type of shonen anime, just like crazy stories, superpowers, explosions, pop-offs, zombies. So it's all here. So it's called Undead Unluck because one of the main characters, he's undead. One of the other main characters, she spreads misfortune. So yeah, both of them kind of meet each other. The undead zombie dude, he wants a way to die. So he thinks that taking the girl's bad luck will like lead him to a good death. But yeah, every time he touches her, just like, you know, shit pops off, like meteors fly at him. His head gets sliced off, but he doesn't seem to die. But he keeps harassing the girl, and the girl is like very sad and traumatized as well because she can never get close to anyone. Basically, this dude kind of saves her from killing herself. That's kind of crazy. So yeah, our main characters, it's a Fuko, who's the unlucky girl, and then Andy, who's the muscular buff undead zombie dude. So basically, Andy's just like chasing after Fuko. He wants her bad luck, so he's just harassing her so much. She just creeped out because he's just like naked in front of her, and then she never really had a true romance, but she also doesn't want to spread her bad luck. So anyway, she runs away, and then we see that like when she takes her hat off, her hair's like super long because she had nobody to cut it. Since if she goes to a barber, they'll like interact, touch her hair, and they'll get the bad luck spread to her. So we also get like lore on the bad luck where like her parents died after she like kind of hugged and kissed them while they like went on a plane. So basically that's when her power first manifested. She realizes that like anyone she touches gets bad luck if they touch her for a long time. Once they let go, the bad luck will like kind of hit them at once. And if she does something like super intimate, like hug them or kiss them, it's over. Like literally like meteorites are gonna fall on you. But Andy kind of like keeps harassing her, and then like once he cuts her hair, he lets go, but then his neck gets cut off. So the CIA is coming in. So yeah, the superpowered people are called negators. And yeah, their special powers are an affront to society, so they must be controlled. So basically it's kind of like a fight scene with Andy and Fuko. Fuko is still mortal, so she can die. But Andy basically protects her, and then Fuko also like spreads her bad luck on all these guys. She kisses Andy's severed head, and then just like this meteorite comes crashing down on their building. She runs away, but yeah, everyone is kind of dealt with so far. But it's anime's very crazy, the story is insane. I love it so much. I heard this manga is pretty well received as well, so yeah, a lot to look forward to. David Productions on the animation, so I'm excited to watch this. It's a unique story, a lot of crazy shit happening, main girl that you want to root for. All right, after that, let's review our first romance show, KimiZero, our dating story, the experienced you and the inexperienced me. Yes, the long-ass title is a light novel base, but okay, this is a bad romance show. Well, let's get this straight. It's not bad, like, it's definitely, like, one of the higher quality ones we have this season, which isn't really saying much, but it's pretty much self-insert out the ass. The most unrealistic circumstances you'll ever see. I'd compare this with Dress Up Darling, like, the first episode where just, like, random Gyaru just, like, drops in on you, and then the relationship is starting. So very tropey. So let me tell you like some of the stuff that happens. Basically, yeah, main dude, average guy, doesn't really talk to anyone in class. He has like his friend group, but he's basically kind of nerdy. Doesn't have like too many hobbies besides like, you know, playing games and stuff. So yeah, I guess like, you know, he just like me for real, for real. Anyway, like the one of the girls, hottest girl in the school, very positive, very cute. Her name is Luna, and I actually like her so much. She's so positive and happy. She sees the light in everything. She gets along with so many people. So I actually love her as a character. Like I'm kind of falling for her. She kind of borrows a pencil from the main dude Ryuto, and basically he just falls in love with her. And then he has like a bet with his friends one day where it's like you gotta ask out the girl you're in love with. So he kind of like asks her out, says I like you, and she accepts. Easy. Okay, romance starting. And first date, he goes to her house and has sex with her. Psych. But yeah, we realize like what this is all about. So she'll pretty much say yes to you, and her logic is that like, oh, I don't really know you, but if we get to know each other, maybe we'll know what love is, why we like each other. So she's very like open-minded there. But the problem is as they initiate sex, like literally like 10 minutes after they meet, the main dude Ryuto, he's a good guy. He's like, no, you shouldn't be using your body like that. Sex should be done with love. We should have a more emotional connection. She's kind of just like doing the generic shit like, oh, I'm gonna save you, let's like get to know each other more. So yeah, I kind of don't like that concept. But I mean, overall, like, it's definitely, like, wholesome. Like, I can see the story forming. Like, this main girl, Luna, she's, like, very positive. But, like, she doesn't really enjoy the sex she's having. She just, like, does it just to do it, I guess. Causes, like, the guys to kind of cheat on her. And then she's, like, going through a cycle of, like, going out with a lot of dudes. So, basically, I guess Ryuto will show her how to, like, have wholesome dates. have like actual loving connections. Like, you know, the concept is fine, but the way it happened is like such a self-insert impossible thing. But yeah, this is anime, so yeah, don't take the story too seriously. I guess I'd like these type of shows more if the main guy had like some like interesting hobby or something that makes him defining. Like in Dress Up Darling, like the main dude Gojo was actually like kind of Giga Chad, working on like sewing, making dolls. That was actually like kind of cool, made him stand out. But yeah, Ryuto's just like a random ass dude that gets blessed with the main girl, and he's obviously gonna fix her and make her like find self-worth. So I'm definitely not a huge fan of this anime, but I'm gonna keep watching. It's definitely a wholesome romance show. I really need to know like what happens. Like maybe they go on dates, maybe they kiss, probably. But I guess they're saving the sex for the end of the series. Speaking of romance shows, we got the 100 girlfriends who really, 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 really love you. Yes, I love this anime. Very cute, very funny. One of my favorite kind of trashy harem concepts, but goddamn Rose, this anime is like, it lived up to the hype, I'd say. So basically, our main character, it's kind of like a high school romance where he like confesses to the girl, but she rejects him. So sad. And then we realize that this is the 100th girl that rejected him. So he's basically down horrendous, and then he goes to pray. Yo, God, can you do something? But the god is like, you'll get 100 girlfriends in high school. So, okay, easy concept to digest. Okay, let's get it. So yeah, our main character Rensoro just like instantly, he goes to school. It's like on the first day, girls confess to him, but then the issue is he can't like go out with all of them. So who wins? Is it the first girl Hakari? Is it Karane? No, it's all of them, because the god is like, yo, if you don't go out with any of these girls that ask you out, then they'll die. So yeah, he has to go out with these 100 girls. I don't know what happens if he breaks up with them. Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see more girls coming in as the show continues, but it's kind of like an insane concept. Like, this is the type of like peak romance storytelling that I'm looking forward to. Okay, and now Tokyo Revengers Season 3, Episode 1. So this is the Tenjiku chapter. So yeah, there's like another gang we're fighting instantly. We're into another gang fight. So yeah, Season 2, I didn't like that much at all, really, like the Christmas showdown. Anyway, like I know like Season 1 people love the anime. Season 2, the only thing I really liked was the opening. Opening was a banger. They're actually reusing the same opening in Season 3, which I don't really have a problem with. I love this opening. But yeah, basically, yeah, the problem is that like Takemichi, we all know he's not gonna get better. He's just gonna get beaten up. That's his character. He gets beaten up, makes friends. The friends kind of like get inspired by his like kind of being beaten up, and then they join him. He gets stronger. He goes into the future, saves the timeline, but then timeline's fucked. More people are dying. It's fucked like each time. Also, yeah, the ending to the manga just like very bad. What can you do? But I think like this arc it's the best arc. I know people say that, like, okay, bro, trust me, this one. We see one of the main villains is Kurokawa. So he's kind of like the leader of the Tenjiku gang, and like Kisaki's also part of the gang. We also realize, very important, Kisaki has time powers. So him and Takemichi are just like obviously constantly facing off. I wonder like how the logic in that happens, because if one time leaps back, do they both have memories? Like, how does that work? Whose memory gets erased? Like, this timeline shit is very delicate. But I guess we don't worry about that too much. Two people have time powers, and I guess they have to do what they can in the past to fix the future. So basically, this first episode, you know, random gang violence happening. This like red Tenjiku gang beating up all the Tokyo Manji gang members. So yeah, it's like a real war out here again. We see Takemichi gang saved by Smiley and Angry, who are like the two kind of twins. They're just beating people up, running them down with motorcycles. They're kind of crazy. And yeah, they save Takemichi and the crew, and they're going to like kind of fight back against the Tenjiku gang. So Takemichi meets one of his friends here, which is kind of cool actually. Because yeah, now Takemichi has to fight him. His name is Kakucho, but then when Takemichi fights him, he realizes, yeah, this is the dude in my past. He actually beats up Kaku in the face, and it was kind of cool, because Takemichi's usually the one getting beaten up. So it kind of revealed that, yeah, this Tenjiku gang is like their enemy, and we'll see what's gonna happen. But yeah, this arc, like, this first episode is like definitely not bad. These middle school dudes, what are they feeding them? They look 30 plus years old. Where are their parents? Takemichi, everyone getting beaten up. They look so injured. Takemichi's just like stupid as ever, never getting character development, never like getting smarter. Maybe he's learning some more stuff now, but yeah, like a lot of problems this anime does have, but it's still a hype shonen. All right, and now for Shy episode 1. This is kind of like a cool superhero type of anime. I like it so much. Not really superhero, but it feels like kind of classic comic book superhero type of thing, similar to My Hero. But thing is, it's like a bit magical girl focused, because there's not really that many superheroes in this world. There's literally like only one hero per country, it seems like. So Shy is the superhero of Japan. And we're basically kind of like in this future world where there's no war. World peace has been achieved. But yeah, basically Shy is our main hero of Japan. She's kind of like this cute high school, middle school girl. That's like, you know, very shy. So her real name is Teru Momijiyama, and yeah, she's basically so shy that she can die. Her outfit's like kind of like this cute, revealing white outfit. She has like this jetpack on her suit. She can transform, so it seems like these powers are kind of given to you, and then your suit kind of like enhances your body. So shy, she seems to be like kind of like super strong. She can jump really high and she can fly. But besides that, she doesn't really have any laser beams or anything like that. It's more of just to rescue people. So yeah, she goes to like this amusement park one day. She kind of like does a performance. But yeah, anyway, one of the roller coaster rides gets stuck at the very top. So all the people are just like hanging upside down, very scared. Shy rescues them one by one. The problem is one of the girls, she just like does like a whole 30-minute conversation with Shy, like, don't save me, save everyone else. I'm like, girl, we don't have the time for this. Shut the fuck up. Have Shy just save you. But no, yeah, basically Shy slowly takes everyone one by one. And the last girl that was talking so much, like, oh, save me for last, she eventually falls with the entire like roller coaster car that just like keeps rocketing forward. Shy flies into air, tries to catch it mid-air. She does save her. Thing is, like, she's like severely injured. She has like a head wound, bleeding a lot. And yeah, she's like in a coma for a few days. So yeah, Shy's just getting blasted on Twitter. People are like, yeah, these like heroes suck. They can't really save people on time. It's all their fault. So yeah, since she's really shy, this doesn't really help her that much, her mindset. So she's just like locked in and she can't transform as a hero anymore. So she's just stuck at home. She doesn't want to be a hero, and she's the only hero of Japan, by the way. But then a Russian hero comes in. Her name is Papesha. And then yeah, she's a very drunk alcoholic. She wants to spread alcohol to the world. That's her goal. But then she realizes that if she does it on one side of the world, the other side of the world will be like left out. So she can't really achieve her goal that much. But basically, she's also, you know, the positive energy motivating Shy. She's telling Shy that like the world needs you. You know, don't forget about all the like hate on social media. You can do it. But Shy, she's just reminded of her failure at that time, and she can't like make herself be a hero. But then she just walks the streets one day. She sees there's like a burning building on fire. There's like a baby trapped in there with her mother. So Shy realizes that she has to rescue her, but she can't transform. So yes, I guess kind of like a cheesy way to do it, but she transforms right on time, becomes a hero again, very motivational. I just want to see Shy be happy. I love when the story makes you emotionally attached to the character in the very first episode. So yeah, we'll see Shy's journey. She basically saves this little kid from the burning building, but then after that, Papecha invites Shy because there's like this like Justice League, and then they have to like kind of do big things to protect the whole universe, I think. So yeah, basically we see the Heavenly Empress Unilord, kind of like a cool big tittied mother hero type of character. So she says like a big evil is coming out, and it's like kind of formed through negative emotions. So basically Shy has to make people happy, I guess, protect people's soul, keep people positive, and with that she'll help counteract the evil. So definitely good first episode. I'm really down with the story. I love the kind of superpower old school comic book type of heroes. And I guess the one problem I do have is like how underpowered these heroes are and how like so few of them there are. So it feels a bit strange. But yeah, besides that, I guess there's gonna be more world building coming in next few episodes. We're gonna see like what all these heroes are all about and what this big evil they gotta protect the people from is. Also after that, we got Girlfriend season 2. Yes, trash, fire, garbage. This anime is kind of insane, but when you're watching it, you know what you're expecting. So yeah, it's kind of like Rent a Girlfriend tier of just like, you know, rom-com, crazy ass concept. And yeah, it kind of all stems from the main character Naoya. He's just like so hard-headed. He's like, I can't disappoint these girls. Okay, I gotta like have them all go out with me. I think one thing I don't like is that there's like this fourth girl, Shino, that's like pretty level-headed. But then now they're kind of like corrupting her, I guess. And she's actually in love with the MC for some reason. So I guess we'll see. I think just like a preview for episode 2 where like it'll show her past. But basically, yeah, all these girls are living together. Same house, but now he has no parents. So yeah, of course he doesn't. And yeah, just the hijinks ensue. I don't really have a favorite girl in the show. I don't really care about these characters. I don't care about their happiness. Whatever works. All these girls will probably contribute to them in some way. Some things I don't like as well. I don't like how Nagisa just like devotes herself so much to the main character. Like she spends all this time kind of learning how to cook, clean, be like a good like girlfriend. But if she's like that skilled, why doesn't she like put her energy into like something that could better herself? Like, I don't know, studying, because she seems to be so bad at school. Yes, I don't know. Saki, she just goes with the flow, I guess. I guess the one thing I want more for her is to be more assertive, because she's just like kind of rolling with the punches, just like listening to Naoya. Shino, it's just like over for her, you know, like she's just in love with Naoya now. There's probably no salvaging it. And Riko, the YouTuber girl, she's just like the main kind of comedic character. You don't really take her seriously. So yeah, that's my opinion on all these characters. And yeah, girlfriend continues. How many girlfriends do you want? How many Kanojos can you handle? Also, after that, we got Berserk of Gluttony. Yes, this is the new Berserk anime. Finally, we'll see the God Hand get defeated. Psych, no. It's kind of like a generic type of fantasy show. So yeah, our main dude is Fate. He has like the power of gluttony. And then one day he kills the guy by like defending the kingdom. And then his gluttony skill kind of levels up. And he realizes that as he kills people, like his skill powers up and he like inherits their skill. So he's gonna be stuck at level 1 forever, but he can like steal other people's skills. So that's pretty much the concept of this anime. His gluttony skill kind of like benefits from like killing other people. And then yeah, he has like this sword called Greed. So yeah, I guess another 7 deadly sin over here. And it looks like he's gonna do things in his fantasy world. The main girl Roxy seems to be like very attached to him, very good. Definitely gonna be like a generic harem type of fantasy show, but I mean, I'll watch a few episodes. Also yeah, speaking of generic fantasy shows, the Demon Sword Master of Excalibur Academy. This one is super ass, but I gotta watch it. Yeah, it's like a light novel type of like harem show. Basically the concept is like the main dude, he is a demon lord, and then he dies. They kill him. So he gets resurrected 1,000 years later. But his resurrection was kind of like incomplete. So he wakes up as like this like young 12-year-old little boy with spiky hair. So this was him before he was like a demon lord. And we realized that like, yeah, the humans oppressed him and whatever. But basically he's in the future now, and there's like guns and technology here. So yeah, there's like a good amount of lore and world building. But basically, yeah, one of the main girls rescues him. She kind of like pampers him a lot, feeds him, takes care of him. Problem is there's a lot of enemies in the dungeon he got reincarnated from. So yeah, the girl tries to protect him even though he's like a super overpowered demon lord. And basically the girl dies. Like her whole like kind of midsection got ripped open. It looked like it was over for her, but yeah, this dude kind of like resurrected her, I guess. I don't know if that means like she's undead now or something, but yeah, it's kind of nuts. Anyway, I guess he's like enrolling in the Excalibur Academy with all these waifus. So yeah, definitely watch for the female characters, and I'll drop it once I'm satisfied. But definitely just your regular generic fantasy isekai type of show. Also, after that, we got another anime that I really like. It's called Tearmoon Empire. It's very well made. I like the comedy. Animation's pretty decent. But it's pretty much about a girl. She's like the princess of the kingdom, and she gets executed. So yeah, I guess it's like the fantasy version of the French Revolution. The whole kingdom's like suffering, poor, people are revolting. And she's just like living in her kingdom, just oblivious. So yeah, they kind of like imprison her for 3 years and cut her head off guillotine style. But yeah, she returns to her young body for a chance to make things right. So yeah, we see our main character Mia. She's the princess and she's very oblivious of the outside world. But she has to protect herself from the guillotine. So she has like kind of her death diary that basically notes like 3 years of prison, like what she learned and what she can do to kind of like change her fate. So yeah, it's kind of like those otome game shows where, you know, you gotta like get the good ending. But this time it's a bit more serious because yeah, her kingdom's on the line and she's gonna die if she doesn't like take care of this properly. So yeah, basically we see that like when she was younger, she was like very oppressive. She ate a lot of like fancy things. She harassed a lot of people, very picky. All the servants are afraid of her. She learned to appreciate the small things, like all these like fresh food and vegetables and bread. And then she realizes that she should relate to the common people more. And then that'll like give her an idea on how to like save the kingdom. So yeah, she finds out from her memories and the diary that the kingdom was going through like a lot of different things, mainly poverty and famine, which made a lot of people revolt. So yeah, she has to like kind of solve this. There's like different like branches of government. There's 5 different ones. So the first one she's trying to solve is the finance one. So yeah, manage the kingdom's finances. It seems that yeah, like the royal family are spending a lot. So yeah, I guess she's a princess that doesn't really involve herself in politics, but now she has to directly like kind of help these guys manage things to save her own ass. So I really like this, you know, main character. I'm kind of attached to her. I don't want her to die, but it's really funny seeing her kind of navigate things. I really like the kind of like servant she has as well. Her name is Anne, so they're definitely a good power couple, kind of navigating the kingdom. Also, speaking of another time travel anime that I kind of like, 16-bit Sensation, another layer. I don't really know if this one's too popular, but it's definitely very cute. I'm cheering for the main character. But yeah, it's another like kind of time travel type of anime. So yeah, these animes, it's kind of like predictable where, okay, you know what's gonna happen. They're gonna like follow their dreams. They have like prior knowledge. So it's like pretty much very easy for them. But I guess this one's very unique. But our main character, her name is Konoha. She's very cute. She has like bluish hair, very animated, expressive, happy, loud, just like yelling her feelings and dreams. I kind of just want to watch this anime just to see her because her voice acting, her performance was so solid. Also, her voice actress is Aoi Koga, who is Paimon from Genshin Impact. So yeah, she's definitely very experienced in the field. But yeah, her giving life to Konoha was just like very insane. So basically it's kind of about Bishoujo games, which was kind of like a visual novel style where it's like a lot of cute girls and it kind of like, you know, romance, pick your girl type of thing, different fruits. So yeah, the era of those games are over. It's literally only about gacha games now. Genshin, Honkai, Nikkei, Fate, Epic 7. So yeah, people don't got time for $60 full price visual novel style games. That shit's dying out. So basically the company that Konoha is working for, it just has no passion. She's an illustrator and she wants to make her character come to life, but they're basically working on like a MILF hypnosis cafe. So yeah, she can't really get her passion through. She thinks that games without visions or dreams are just like a dead end. She doesn't want to work for them anymore. It's just very cute seeing her just like struggle here, and yeah, it's just so sad. So basically she comes across this retro game store. All these games are like $1. Old lady doesn't really know anything about the game. Apparently this old lady is magical though. So yeah, Konoha doesn't buy any games, but she kind of like vents her frustrations. She feels better. After that, the old lady kind of gifts her some games, and it's kind of nuts because she tries to go back visit the old lady, and the whole game store is gone. So yeah, she opens one of the games. It has like floppy disk in it, and yeah, she's instantly transported 31 years into the past, 1992. So goddamn. And then she kind of like comes across the video game company she works for. It's kind of like their infancy stages where they're kind of just like working out of an apartment. So yeah, she just comes across it. She's probably gonna work there, have her game come to life. I don't know if she's gonna like save anything in the future though. Like things are probably gonna end up the same way. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's good to follow this girl. I really want to see what happens, so I'm gonna keep watching. But I mean, if you're not interested in like, you know, games, Bashoujo games, or like anything about like the early 90s, maybe you won't find this anime too interesting. But I'm like in love with it so far. Like I want to see a main character win. I love her voice acting. It's just like her performance just makes me want to watch this anime. All right, and now for the Arknights anime Perish in Frost. This is gonna be an 8-episode anime season 2 continuation. I love the first season so much. I love it so much I like got addicted to the game. Now like my account, I'm like level 90 plus. I have like 200 operators. I got so many new limited ones. The power creep's insane. I got Surtur, I got Texas, I got Yato. But anyway, yeah, forgetting the game, anime, I really like it. You know, like the animation style is not that crazy. There's not like too many fight scenes. There's a bit of CGI, but besides that, you know, they're doing the story a lot of justice, like giving these characters life. Seeing them animated, I love it so much. This arc is kind of like tense, a lot of fighting with the reunion, classic. But yeah, Frost Nova, the main villain, Perish in Frost, our white-haired bunny villain that we definitely have to defeat. So yeah, like, I definitely like this first episode. We see more of the characters kind of comforting Amiya because yeah, she got traumatized by Skull Shatterer last season. So now they're like helping her, like her powers are like very unstable and strong. Calcit tells the doctor to take care of Amiya. We see Calcit's like angry face looking at the doctor like he's garbage. I love it so much. And yeah, basically there's like abandoned city that they have to like kind of rescue survivors. So we see like a 3-man squad with Meteorite, Frostleaf, and Jessica. So yeah, they're kind of sentenced here as a recon mission, and they come across the reunion. So basically like the ice squads, and then now they're just like running away asking for backup. So yeah, Rhodes Island comes in, Amiya, the doctor, and a bunch of other people try to rescue them, which they do, but we see Jessica's like super traumatized and sad. So yeah, the reason is that like Mephisto is coming in, he's burning these bodies, which kind of got censored a bit, so it's like kind of hard to tell, but yeah, like literally he was burning all these dead bodies, so yeah, reunion bad. And then after that, we see Frost Nova coming in. Jessica just freaking the fuck out crying. She's traumatized, she can't handle it, because yeah, the whole kind of city turns into ice. There's like the whole Yeti squad coming in. So yeah, our villain is here. 8 episodes coming in. So this first episode's like very solid so far. I do recommend it, but yeah, like beware of gotchas. Definitely a very predatory game style. Gambling is bad, but I guess collecting waifus is good. Also, after that, we got Shangri-La Frontier. Have like an interesting anime. The first episode had a lot of like kind of explanation. So yeah, this anime has some promise. It's pretty much a VRMMO type of show. So yeah, if you don't like another fantasy isekai thing, maybe don't watch this. But yeah, basically it's kind of funny because our main character, he only plays bad, shitty games. He loves playing bad games. He's like the garbage collector. But problem is, yeah, they kind of ran out of bad games in his like kind of game store. So kind of like the game store lady, waifu, she recommends playing a good game. Got Shangri-La Frontier. So it's kind of like a big ass MMORPG. You can like kind of customize your character, go on adventures, trade, do whatever you want. So yeah, I guess he kind of logs into the game. It looks pretty good, honestly. And the game, the graphics are high quality. He's not used to like good games like this. So he instantly kind of goes in, attacks monsters, does levels up and shit. Also, his character design's pretty funny because he wants to wear like minimal gear, and he sells most of his gear for good weapons. So he's stuck being shirtless, wearing like this kind of bird mask. I guess it's kind of like a pretty iconic design for him. And I guess we'll see what's gonna happen. But yeah, not that much to talk about, but that was like, you know, pretty interesting VR MMO show. And now for I am in love with the Villainess. Yes, this is an otome game type of show. Another one, although it's very funny, but basically our main girl, she gets like reincarnated as the main character of the show. So she's not the villainess, but she's in love with the villainess. So she shares desks with the villainess, sits next to her. And her old life, she was like very overworked. She only had games to kind of like fall back on. So she's instantly just like enthralled in this whole game. And now, yeah, the villainess, she's in love with her. And yeah, the villainess is blushing very tsundere. And our main girl, her name is Ray Taylor, is just like harassing the villainess, literally assaulting the villainess Claire, like saying, "Oh, please step on me, please insult me. I love you so much." So yeah, Ray Taylor is just trying to like get close to the villainess. It's kind of nuts. The story's definitely not anything special. It seems very predictable. But yeah, overall, more twists on these genres. It's nice getting different things. So yeah, hopefully the comedy stays good. But yeah, besides that, I'm totally down with the Yuri. I guess I do have some problems. I don't want her to abuse her power too much, just like, you know, have like meta knowledge and just like influence all these people like in a bad way. Also, after that, we got like this kind of buddy cop show, Ron Kamonohashi's Forbidden Deductions. Kind of funny. Yeah, our main character, he's like this kind of rookie detective, and he's like pretty bad at solving cases. He's like very trusting. So yeah, he's just like kind of inexperienced. So he gets recommended to go to Ron, who's kind of like a retired detective. And the reason he's retired is that he's so good. He's just like so obsessed with solving cases that like he actually hypnotizes people to kill themselves. So yeah, it's kind of like ID Invaded, if you've seen that. Similar concept. But yeah, basically, yeah, they solve a case. There's like this evil barber just like killing people, stealing their money. Does this like detective stuff, you know, figures out from minute details all these things. But yeah, Ron has this like kind of split personality when he solves a case. He has 100% case solve rate, but 0% arrest rate because he forces the person to kill themselves. He's like, your life is useless. You've like killed people. Like, you don't deserve to live type of thing. But his partner, Ishi, kind of rescues the dude. And now we can finally arrest people without having them die. So basically, this anime is telling you, don't kill yourself. Now we got another show, The Vexations of a Shut-In Vampire Princess. It's a bit funny. We got like this like neat vampire girl. She's very lazy, and she's part of like this Gunsblood clan who just value power. So yeah, basically she's very weak because she doesn't like to drink blood. She thinks blood is gross. So she's kind of like this small lolly blonde vampire girl. But then her dad makes her become a demon lord, and being a demon lord comes with a lot of responsibility. So it's funny. All these characters are just like going with the flow. They don't care that the main character Taro Kamari is just like shut herself in and doesn't want to get stronger. But yeah, they force her to be the demon lord. So yeah, the thing is, becoming a demon lord, becoming like this commander, has responsibilities. So you basically have to go to war once every 3 months at least, or your head will explode. We have like this Walmart brand Rem as her maid, who's like kind of cool. She kind of like supports her, like takes care of her and stuff, and then like helps her like maintain the army. Basically, yeah, this army is also wants to kill you as well. There's just a lot of like tensions and morale, basically. So yeah, she has to command respect. She has to pretend to be strong in front of her army, so the army doesn't mutinize against her and kill her. And she also has to like keep going to war and win, or else she'll die. So yeah, a lot of like crazy plot happening. But basically, our main girl, Tara Komari, has to pretend that she's strong. And yeah, the funny thing is that the war here isn't that serious, being taken place in like a dark core type of magical area, where if you die, you get resurrected. So yeah, no one really dies in these wars, so it's kind of like lighthearted in that sense. So yeah, I guess we'll see what's gonna happen. Very crazy type of world building plot line we have here. And now we got MF Ghost, the motherfucking ghost. Yes, this is racing anime, and if you know Initial D, yes, this is like kind of the sequel. You don't really need to know too much because yeah, Initial D is a bit old, but it's definitely like a, you know, a good type of genre-defying series. But basically, it's kind of like in the present time where like, you know, the cars have improved, but basically just like electric cars and shit. So racing is kind of like a dying sport. But then in Japan, they have like the MFG kind of like racing tournament thing, where kind of like modded racing cars exist. So in Japan, it's where all the like hot races are happening. So our main dude Kanata, he's kind of like half Japanese, half British. He kind of like moves in with his family and he joins the racing, I guess, because I guess he wants to find his dad. There's like a good amount of story there. So we see the main girl, she's like the daughter of the family he's living with, and she's actually kind of one of the race queens in the tournament, and so everyone's kind of thirsting over her. But I guess she's like some random high school girl. It feels a bit weird, but basically she instantly falls in love with the MC, and then I guess they'll meet each other while they race, and then yeah, we'll see how Kanetsu goes, but it seems like pretty wholesome so far. They're just racing, having fun, doing competition. So yeah, nothing malicious, and yeah, I'm kind of excited for the story. It seems like pretty promising so far. Also, just another kind of funny car racing anime that's pretty good. It's called Overtake. It's basically about like this dude racing, but it's more about like this main photographer guy. His name is Kyoya, and he seems like a bit traumatized. He can't take pictures. So he like gets assigned to like this racing track one day, but then like he sees like this dude crying because he lost a race, and then like he takes a picture, which was kind of like dirty because this dude was like crying in the corner by himself. Was pretty sad. But basically, this is like the first picture he took of a person, I think, and it inspired him back to taking pictures again. So yeah, I guess there's like a bit of setup background that I don't really know too much. But this photographer dude seems to be our main character, and yeah, we'll see what's gonna happen. But yeah, his first episode was set up very good. Also, after that, there's like another fantasy show, The Kingdoms of Ruin. So yeah, this one's a bit edgy. I did not like it at all, but you know, story seems watchable, like as a premise that you want to see characters win. But basically, the world building I wasn't really a huge fan of. It was just like whatever, generic. Basically, yeah, there's humans and witches in this world, and witches had powers that, like, you know, they coexist with humans, help them out. But the humans got very greedy, started having a war on witches, attacking, enslaving them, and it basically just like a huge witch genocide. So yeah, our main character, he kind of like hangs out with this witch Chloe, and they're kind of like escaping from the kingdom, just like living their life. But yeah, they kind of get teleported back to the kingdom, and just like the witch gets executed, like publicly shamed. They take her clothes off and cut her head off. There, main dude, he's so mad edgy. He's like, kill all the humans, kill all the humans. So yeah, he has magic powers, but he's also like a human. But yeah, basically he gets like imprisoned, and there's like a time skip. We don't know how much time passes, but yeah, we're basically in the kingdom right now. There's so many like witches that are just like trapped in jail, and yeah, they're kind of like sentenced to be like killed or be sex slaves. So yeah, this pink-haired witch, she's very positive actually, which screams so much like, oh yeah, she's the main character. Yes, we're gonna follow her. She exudes so much, yes, main character energy. But she's so positive, she like gives people her food to like stop break up fights. And when someone gets called in for processing to be a sex slave, it was one of her friends, she volunteers instead. And then yeah, she doesn't want to be a sex slave, so she runs away. And she actually takes the controls of the prison, and she opens all the prison doors, which is pretty cool actually. She kind of gets captured at the end once all the prison doors are open, but then she frees the main characters. So yeah, he was imprisoned. It looks like he was tortured and shit. He has bandages, but then like he wakes up from like his cryo sleep, and he's like, kill all the humans. So I think the story's a bit edgy, and it'll devolve into just like this dude hanging out with his witch waifus and killing people. If you want gore, waifus, fan service in your anime, yes, this one has a lot of those. And now for Under a Ninja, it's kind of like a funny show. I like it. It's a bit like the storytelling is kind of crazy. It's kind of like an action show about ninjas in the modern day. They're just like doing undercover missions and shit, but it's very wacky. That's all I could like kind of say to describe it. Just like characters out of nowhere. The design is kind of insane. The storytelling is like kind of like following like a realistic type of boy living by himself, hanging out with these people, like doing jobs. So yeah, I'm not sure if this is good or not. Animations, whatever. But I think the story does have promise. It's somewhat funny. And now we got a girl and her guard dog. Oh, this anime's so bad. It's also so controversial. I'll tell you why. So, yes, it's like kind of about a girl living with her Yakuza family. And since like everyone in her childhood is scared of the Yakuza, she could never really make friends in school. So she decides in high school, I will reinvent myself. I will go to a new school and make friends by myself. The problem is that her caretaker is super attached to her. He's 26 years old and she's 16 years old. So yes, that's where all the complaints come in. He's also supposed to be her father figure type of like caretaker. And she also has feelings for him for some reason. So that was unnecessary. But yeah, basically they're kind of like shaping this anime up to be like, oh, all the guys are evil. And this dude, pretty much Gary Stu over here, is going to protect you, help you, save you from all the evil people. It's so bad. Even in episode, I'm going to spoil this anime for you, like who cares? In episode 2, she meets like a group of people. And then they go to like a karaoke place, they get drunk and smoke. And then one of the dudes is trying to make moves on her, like force himself on her. And that main Yakuza guy comes in to kind of rescue her and punch the dude. I didn't like the way things escalated, how all these dudes her age are evil. And we need this big 26-year-old groomer to save our girl. So yeah, not really a big fan of this. I like shoujo romance shows where the girl, like, she needs the guy to kind of like protect her, like give her confidence. But she like kind of solves everything on her own, be independent. Right, this dude is just like hovering over her, so yes, he will never leave her alone. Also now we have Firefighter Daigo, Rescuer in Orange. So yes, this is like a sequel to like an older type of 90s anime. So yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good so far. There's like 3 main firefighters that we follow. They're part of like the rescue squad. And we see them training kind of, and then because we know in the future Daigo, he becomes like, you know, a good rescue firefighter doing his thing. But here they're like kind of in training school. It's like very tough, just like a 5-10% acceptance rate, and you gotta do like a lot of training, a lot of like workouts and train your body to brave the fires. They kind of save people in the real world. So yeah, there's a lot of training. It basically follows like a 3-man squad of firefighters. There's Daigo, there's Sean, and then there's like this firefighter girl waifu Yuki, but they're also like 19 years old, so they're still a bit inexperienced. We see that these characters are like so buff, working out, like goddamn, doing like hundreds of squats a day, wall holds, or sprinting. It's kind of nuts. I think it's a bit like overtraining where, you know, it's definitely a detriment to your body. You might risk injury, but hey, maybe I'm being soy. Like maybe doing 700 plus squats at night as a finisher for your training is a good way to strengthen yourself. Who knows? But yeah, this anime, I didn't really like it too much. It's a bit too serious, a bit too dramatic. Characters didn't really grow on me, so maybe I'll take a look at it. I do like these kind of realistic type of animes, talking about like real life occupations. This kind of reminds me of Police in a Pod a bit. Also, there's Butarabe, the story of a man who turned into a pig. Yes, this is an isekai. A dude turned into a pig, yes, and the girl kind of takes care of him. She's actually a maid that can telepathically communicate with people. So yeah, they have this technology in this world where you have this like telepathy collar. So yeah, she instantly realizes that this pig is a human and she kind of like takes care of him. It's very kind of strange. I want to see how degen this story can get. It seems a bit wholesome so far, but yeah, I have no idea, bro. Kind of nuts, bro. Have we peaked? Is this what we're doing right now? Also, yeah, I'll go over some more animes very quickly. So yeah, there's the Saint Magic Powers Omnipotent Season 2. Basically, an isekai follows this girl. There was like 2 girls isekai'd, and then she doesn't really have like significant powers. So she kind of like goes into like potion making apothecary, kind of like runs her business around there, which is like pretty successful. So a pretty wholesome like kind of isekai focused on this girl. After that, there's a playthrough of a certain dude's VRMMO life. It's about a dude that's kind of like working and then he's playing games like casually as a hobby, maybe 2-3 hours a day. So then he decides like not to put too much effort into the game, so he's going like anti-meta build, and literally everyone's like laughing at him, like, oh shit, you're so weak. But he's specializing in skills not related to combat, and that makes him very useful, like potion making, resource gathering, cooking. So basically he's like a skiller in RuneScape, and everyone respects him. He's like funding the economy right now. People need his resources, so he's like pretty successful. And he also gets like good combat skills from being anti-meta, so he can like dodge people, and it looks like, yeah, he's gonna like get a harem of girls that are interested in him. We'll see. But yeah, this dude playing this game. There's also the Faraway Paladin Season 2. I saw Season 1, I thought it was whatever, but you know, story's like okay. I didn't really like the animation too much, but basically it's like a isekai with a dude with undead parents. They kind of raised him, they taught him magic and how to like be a hero, survive, and then yeah, they kind of like let him go on his adventures. There's like this girl B that follows him, and it's pretty solid, just type of adventure isekai. I'm not really watching it. So there's another anime, it's called the Yuzuki Family's 4 Sons. There's an anime that follows, yeah, this like kind of family of 4 with no parents. Although, okay, the main controversial part is very funny, is that it was actually taken down by Crunchyroll because the subtitles were so ass. Literally like unreadable garbage, like grammar issues, capitalization, like how is this so bad? Like it feels like someone just like fell asleep and just like didn't even go on Google Translate. Besides that, you know, the show's very wholesome, you know, just like a family of 4 doing their thing, you know, younger brother like wants to grow up, be older, older brother taking care of a lot of shit. So yeah, I mean, the story's like whatever, wholesome, but I just thought the subtitle debacle was very funny. Also, there's another isekai, I Shall Survive Using Potions. This art style, this isekai is kind of crazy. Like all the girls are kind of like drawn as lollies, even though they're like supposed to be adults. But basically it's about this girl who gets randomly cut in half by like this god. So then the god like resurrects her, and then it's like, yeah, you get to be in your isekai fantasy world. So yeah, she decides to have like a cheat skill to survive, and then the skill she gets is to make whatever potion she wants. She can just like generate potions out of nowhere. She can like sell potions for profit, but she can also use them on herself to like be stronger, fight monsters. The thing is, in this fantasy world, like magic doesn't really exist that much. It's like very weak magic. So her potion skill is kind of insane. Everyone wants these potions, the kingdom wants her. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole concept of this isekai. There's Uma Musume Pretty Derby Season 3. I saw the OVA in the spring, which was kind of like a 4-episode thing, just to understand like why this gacha game is so popular. I guess you can check this out. I have no idea, but yeah, just like horse girls running like people, and then yeah, they're racing. I guess it's kind of inspirational. I guess there's like competition, rivals. Also, there's like the Season 2 of the Kizuna Ai anime. So yeah, I don't know. I saw the first season, it was whatever. Like VTubers are cool, I guess. And then now there's like competitions, I guess, in Season 2. So yeah, our main group is like kind of doing things. There's also Kami Arabi God App. Kind of a bad anime. It's like CGI. Kind of like a death game type of thing. So if you've seen Platinum End, it's pretty much the same type of concept where just like god candidates and they have to like kind of kill each other to be like the god of the world. So yeah, no reason to watch this show at all. Watch Platinum End. It's definitely better, but they're both still like kind of trashy in the survival game genre. There's definitely better ones. There's also I'm Giving the Disgraced Noble Lady. I Rescued a Crash Course in Naughtiness. Yes, what a mouthful. It's also like a light novel based show. It's about like a demon lord, and then like he lives by himself, but then he meets like this young girl, and then yeah, they kind of like hang out together. It's a bit cute. And yes, that is it for the animes this season, at least for the first week. There's some animes that didn't release yet. I think the Apothecary Diaries, it's pretty hyped up. I want to know more about it. It looks very pretty, this anime, so yeah, it'll release on the 22nd. There's also the new season of Dr. Stone. I'm so hyped. I want to know what happens, because the first core of season 3, it kind of left off on a big cliffhanger. We gotta know what happens as they continue. Besides that, there's like 2 core shows from last season. So there's Jujutsu Kaisen. We're on episode 10. Episode 10 was kind of good. It's kind of nuts. We see a new character coming in. They got Edo Tensei in this anime. Goddamn. So yeah, I don't want to spoil too much if you're not, you know, caught up to Jujutsu Kaisen season 2, but I know people complain because like a lot of these kind of like unimportant fight episodes, they're using like different animation techniques. Kind of, I guess, not to save money, or maybe because I know this anime does have production issues. You know, Mappa are literally running their animators on slavery. But yeah, basically this episode in particular had a lot of slow motion to kind of like extend shots and maybe zoom in, so it made the fights a bit like disjointed. I still liked it, and I thought the music was like very good. They kind of like show like very hype moments. Also after that there's Hulk, so we're on episode 13. So yeah, they're kind of just teasing us because we don't get his whole backstory. We don't know like what should happen, like to pop off why he killed his brother. There's also Dark Gathering, the second court coming up, so yeah, a lot more scary shit is happening. So yeah, it's a very spooky anime, you know, ooh, Halloween coming up. So yeah, you know, turn your lights off when watching the show, get immersed. And yeah, after that, there's some other shows coming up as well. Attack on Titan, the final season, the final chapters, part 2. Bro, this anime is gonna end soon, yes. I think it'll air in November, so yeah, we'll see. It's also the Scott Pilgrim anime. It's like a 8-episode Netflix anime that'll also come through, I think, in November. So yeah, I mean, I think this one's funny because people are up in arms. Is this an anime? My anime list does not have it listed because it's kind of like an American story, but it's made by an animation studio in Japan. You know, you tell me what is real. But yeah, definitely gonna review a lot of these animes. Frieren, definitely on top of my list. The story is very in-depth. I love the kind of slow-paced nature, but also all these time skips is making me so anxious. I don't want these characters to die or grow up. I don't want time to pass. I just want them to be happy together. But no, just like in real life, Frieren is depressing. Spy Family is definitely on top of my list. It's very cute, very consistent. So yeah, I love the show. Eminence and Shadow is pretty funny. Undead Unluck as a new story, I'm very excited for. But yeah, there's a lot of other solid, high quality shows. But yeah, thank you for keeping up with me. It's been a long ass episode. Hopefully I didn't bore you too much. But yeah, a lot of animes I'm very excited for. I'll see you as the episodes continue. We get more story progress and I review more animes.